Hello and welcome back to the restaurant show. This holiday season, I think we've got a special treat in store for you. I'm going to introduce you to Lee with Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton, and I love having you on the program. Thanks for coming back.
Thank you, Jessa. It's a pleasure.
We have quite the spread here, and I have a feeling we're about to make some magic. So talk to us about what we're doing today.
Without any question, this is one of our famous side dishes. It's called the sweet potato casserole at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
Yes, I love sweet potatoes, so I can't wait to see it all come together. So walk us through the process here. Now, you said this is a side dish typically.
It is a side dish, but it also, it's so delicious. If you want, you can actually enjoy it with dessert with a little bit of ice cream, I think.
Yeah, I'm thinking wine. A little side with wine. No, walk us through what you do. So you've got some things to talk to us about the sweet potato today.
Sure. Well, just so everybody knows, this is the sweet potato. It is a rooted vegetable like a potato. Has a little more sweet flavor to it. That's why it's called the sweet potato. But in other countries, it's originated from South America, Central America, and it actually is known for that sweet flavor again as well. The thing about this is you have to cook it a little bit in this process. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to bring a little bit of just the regular sweet potato as it is, and It's very hard, very firm. Could probably hurt somebody if you threw it at them, but you want to steam it. You want to steam it for about 30 minutes. Now, a lot of people don't have steamers at home.
Wow, okay.
I don't, and probably many don't. Of course, we work in a kitchen, so it's easier. But you can bake it as well. But what I wanted to point out was, once you bake it, it's going to be a little more crispy when it's in a steamer. It gets moist. Just like a baked potato, you put it in the oven and you cook it for about an hour, 350 degrees. Feel it so you can actually kind of squish it a little bit. It's soft.
But you're not going for like where it's totally mushy, right? There's a little bit of a firmness.
You want that firmness just from a flavor standpoint. Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Can I feel it?
Sure, of course. Yeah.
I know when I'm trying to do this at home. Okay.
Yeah, and this is cold now, and I wanted to kind of point out some of this. See how once you bake it, the sweet potato itself stays firm, but the skin starts to pull off a little bit. See how it just easily peels off? So you can take a spoon, or you can just peel it off by hand like that.
So if it doesn't do that yet, you probably haven't baked it long enough.
That is correct.
Or steamed it long
good
enough.
point.
So that's a good pointer.
And you don't want to do that when it just comes out of the oven either, because you'll burn yourself, okay?
You told me to try it. No. Kidding, but yeah, try it.
All right, so we've got the sweet potato and right here, and you want to have a Hobart mixer at home, some kind of mixer, and put it in there. You can chop it up a little bit to make it a little bit easier on yourself, but you want to chop that up, blend it up with the mixer, and as that starts to get a little more creamy, you want to add some sugar, some salt.
Wow. That's a good bit of salt.
Well, no,
I love salt, so.
That would be a little bit salty, though, for certain. Though I didn't really portion it. I wanted to just give the visual.
Oh, good.
And we'll talk about portions later in the segment.
All right, okay.
Sugar, salt.
See, I would have gone home and tried to replicate what you brought today.
Yeah, and you would have said, Leah, it didn't taste as good as it.
Wasn't right.
This is vanilla. I put some vanilla in there as well. So those three ingredients, you've got the sweet potato, then the vanilla, the sugar, and the salt. Mix that up. Then while that's mixed up, then you want to melt some butter. Here it's hard right now, but you want to microwave it, make it melted, and then add that to the Hobart mixer as well. But first, these three items.
You know what I love about what we're talking about here today? So much of what we do is processed, and we're getting things packaged. And here I'm looking at a table full of real food. Just real, basic, simple ingredients, back to good old-fashioned cooking.
And great point, Jessa. And to be honest with you, welcome to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. So we have once we make the mixture, I kind of want to point out what it's going to look like, but you'll see it as I pour it in here. Okay. But anytime we bake, we want to seal the pan. So here I have just a regular pan that you can have at home, and I'm just going to spray it a little bit, right? Just so that the sweet potato doesn't stick. Okay. But then we're going to pour in the mixture. Now this is what the mixture consistency should look like. See how it it's not necessarily watery, but it has a runniness to it.
Yeah.
And you don't want to go to the top because it will rise a little bit.
Okay, so leave a little rising room.
That's right. 350 degrees, about 30 minutes.
All right.
You do want to have a little bit of crust on there, a little bit of moisture. You can always check with a toothpick, make sure there's no wetness inside the toothpick, but that's when you know it's done. If you don't have that crustiness, cook it for about 5 more minutes, and I think that'll be perfect for you, okay? One thing I did forget, add the eggs.
Okay.
So we have to add the eggs as well.
Yes.
Okay, so the three ingredients, sugar, salt, vanilla, then the eggs, and then the butter at the end.
Okay. Good.
All right, so while that's baking, Well, this is a delicious dish just like this, but we also have a delicious topping to go along with it.
There's more, but wait, there's more. Yes.
That's right. Brown sugar. So we talked about sugar, but now we're gonna have brown sugar mix with a little bit of flour to give it a little bit of strength, some more melted butter,
Okay.
and pecans. This is a
Yum.
pecan crust.
Interesting.
So all those, there's no method to that. Just
Yes.
mix them together really well, and
What's
then
the flour? That's part of the topping?
that's yep. You mix
Okay.
that with the sugar.
I got it, okay.
Then the melted butter,
And then the pecans.
and then the pecans.
Yeah, there's a
Yes.
step-by-step. I'm one that will forget a step. I need a list.
Yep, and you know what? Well, this one's not really step by step. It's those 4 ingredients. Throw them
Okay.
all in there and mix them together.
Okay,
Yep.
I can
Use a
handle it.
fork. Yep. So that's right up
Got
your
it.
alley, Joseph.
Yeah, it's right up my alley. You know my speed. Now this serves how many?
This is the way we serve it at our restaurant.
Okay, so
2 to
that's
3
the
people.
side.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Got it.
we're gonna go over a recipe and also a holiday recipe as
Awesome.
well.
Do I get to try it?
Yes, you do. So when this comes out of the oven, then you want to put that topping on it for about 5 more minutes, just to melt that sugar a little bit on top, and then voila!
And it's beautiful.
Look at that
Oh,
sweet
wow.
potato casserole.
My mom would be so proud if this came out of my oven, let me tell you what. Okay, so I'll give it a try. Now, we're gonna put the recipe on our Restaurant Show Facebook page for you. I've got it right here. So those of you that need the list, me raising my hand, go to the Restaurant Show Facebook page. We'll have it listed there for you. But you are also doing something special for the holidays if you're looking to feed a group and you don't wanna cook.
For sure. $29.95, 12 to 16 people it serves. We do all the work, all this stuff that you're looking at, all these processes and cooking and putting toppings on. We do that all for you. And it's all set, ready to go in a to-go bag in an aluminum container. You can scoop it out, or you can even bring your own dish in if you want to make it look like you made it at home.
Oh, now that's a good way
Yeah,
to go.
Absolutely.
There's no way mine would be as good as this. This is incredible.
Well,
Really good.
if you take claim to it, you just might.
Then it will. All right.
So call Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, 828-7884, and order now for the holidays.
$29.99 for feeding that many. That's really great. Thank
Super.
you so much for being here, Lee. You're a
My
pleasure.
Happy holidays.
We'll be back with more Restaurant Show coming up after the break, so please stick around.